Hi hostess, thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you are doing well. Now it's been on my mind for a little while now to do a video about how we can all make our events more eco-friendly. First of all though, I want to say that there are just so many ways of doing this and I would love if you would share yours. So please comment below or drop me a message and all together we can help do our little bit for the environment. Now today I'm going to show you two things. And one of them, admittedly, is possibly a change that you can try during a party, but actually adopt for life. And the other one is very much focused on those big events when you have a lot of people coming around. So let's get started. Okay, so my first tip relates to those events when you know you have lots of people coming down and you are going to be creating a ton of recycling. And it just kind of becomes a huge issue. Where am I going to put all this recycling? How are we all going to fit it in the bin? Because absolutely nobody's bin that I know is big enough to fit all of that recycling when you have loads of people coming around. So this tip should help with that. And you only need two things. The first thing you need is a cardboard box or multiple, depending on how big your event is, and a Sharpie or a felt tip pen. Okay, so here's my cardboard box. It really doesn't matter what size or shape it is because basically this is going to function as an overflow for your recycling. Now there are two things that are really important here. The first is that people know what to do with this cardboard box and they don't just see it on the floor and think, what's that box doing lying around? And the second thing is where you put it. So obviously it's not the most attractive thing in the world, so you probably don't want it as a centerpiece of your party, but it also does need to be accessible so that people, when they have an empty bottle or can find it easily and dump them in there. So this is where the pro tip comes in. If you have a cardboard box around your party, as I said, people just walk past it and wonder what it's doing there. So what I like to do is to get a felt tip pen and I just write something like bottle recycling or empty bottles so that people are kind of coaxed gently and nudged into putting their empties in my cardboard box. So as you can see, I've just written empty bottles please and put some arrows there. And one other thing that I like to do is sort of put the first one there so that people don't feel like they're the first person. So as soon as the first bottle's finished during the party, I put it in here and then people know this is definitely what it's for. So let's just talk about where to put your box. So I like to put it just slightly out of the way, perhaps round the corner if you've got a separate kitchen or pantry area, perhaps just out the back door so that people can simply open the door if you're indoors, put the bottle in there and close the door, or perhaps somewhere outdoors that's tucked away if everyone's hanging out outside. Now the last thing to say about this crazy simple tip is that once you're done and it's filled with bottles, you can just take it and put it next to your recycling bins or even in your recycling bins, or you can take it to your nearest dump or bottle recycling and it's all conveniently in a box already. My second hack today is all around food waste. Now, when you're having a party and having lots of people over, you often do lots of cooking and there's lots more food waste than you normally have. So I want to talk a bit about how we can get rid of that responsibly. And maybe this is something not just to have at parties, but to have for the rest of your life. So my advice to do this is to invest in a food caddy. Now my one sits here, he's pretty discreet. In fact, I bet you didn't even notice that he was here for the whole of the video. And in here you can put your fruit skins, vegetable peelings, and any leftovers from plates. Now, as you can see, this one is white, it's about this big, but they come in all different colours, shapes and sizes. So I bet you out there, either online or in your local shops, you could find one that fits perfectly within your kitchen scheme. Now, one of the things I was really keen to address when I did this video is that I know these things can gross a lot of people out, and believe me, I was one of those people before. But since I've started using it, I found it's actually not so bad. And I do have some little tips to help you kind of get on with it better. Now, my first tip is to get one that's not too big, which will mean it fills up quite quickly. And so you're then taking it out more often. That avoids any smells or odors and that kind of stuff building up and kind of lingering around your kitchen space, which is really not what you want when you're trying to cook people's food. My second tip is to work out how it is that you're going to keep this clean. So here we're really lucky. We have curbside food recycling, and they're really happy for us to either use these biodegradable bags, or actually a lot of places don't mind if you use plastic bags too. So you can actually just keep your food nice and self-contained in a plastic bag, and then when it's time to go, you just tie it all up and take it outside. Now, of course, doing this for parties is a great idea because you always have much more food waste than you would normally have. But I really encourage you to take this idea with you into the rest of your life, especially if you have curbside food recycling or you are interested in creating your own compost heap. Now, I was definitely a huge skeptic when I first started doing this because I thought it would be really revolting and would have this gross caddy lingering around my kitchen. But it's proved so easy, has definitely made a difference to the amount of rubbish we create. And I know that here in my local area, this goes towards creating electricity for the local community. So those are my 2 tips to make your party just a little bit more environmentally friendly. But as I said at the beginning, I know that there are just so many ways out there of doing it, and I would love to hear what you do. So please comment below and share with me how you make your events greener. Well, that's all for now, but thank you so much. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. See you all soon. Happy hosting. Bye-bye.